Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you all of the books that I read in the month of December. So December, despite having kind of time off from school, the holiday season, especially when we go back home to Toronto, is just very busy, so I didn't do any reading when I was there. I have a bit of a chest infection, so I've just been very tired. So basically from when we left on the 27th to when I'm filming this on the 28th, I haven't read anything. I was planning on reading Harry Potter, and a couple of you did like that update on Goodreads, but I've just decided to kind of focus more on some of the books that I got over the holiday season. So yeah, so that's why if you saw it on there, I kind of stopped reading it. I didn't read anything when I was over there, but nonetheless I did read 4 books this month, which I'm pretty pleased about. A lot of them were from the library actually, so that is always good. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Starting out, I was so excited for this book. This is the one that I pre-ordered from the library when as soon as it came out on the website that you could like put it on hold, and it is The Rise of Magic by Nora Roberts, and this is the final book in the Year One trilogy. I was so excited for this one. This book did not let me down. So basically the premise of this, it takes place in our world and it integrates Nora Roberts' magic system, if you're familiar with that, but there is this like plague of dark magic that goes around and wipes out 2/3 of the world's population within a matter of days, and those that are immune to this kind of disease are those who have some magic in them, and then so you can see how that can cause some problems. But definitely go check this trilogy out. It is so good. Like, you guys, it is amazing. The first one really sets up the world, but the second one is where the story kicks off. So I was really nervous going into this one because I enjoyed the second book so much. I'm like, will this book live up to the expectations? But I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it was really good. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I felt like some of the battle scenes in here were a little too short, but I still really enjoyed it. I really love these characters, this world, and this is definitely a series that I will revisit once I get like the paperback version next year. So definitely one that I would like to read from start to finish. So this is the book that me and my friend have been buddy reading together over. She reads this every Christmas time, so we picked this one up. We stopped The Court of Wings and Ruin and then started this one just so we could kind of read it around the season. And it is Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Myracle. And I did not like this one. This is a book that I've seen around when I was younger, and I just didn't really like the stories. I felt like, especially kind of going down to a YA reading, I don't tend to read in this genre very often, so I just had a hard time connecting with the characters. I rolled my eyes at a lot of the things that they were doing. Yeah, and it wasn't very good at all. Yeah, and any book that uses the R word in here I find very problematic. But yeah, I just wasn't a fan of this. I didn't like any of the stories, but I kind of like umped it up a bit when I was reading it with my friend. But yeah, it was just like, oh my god, this book was just so weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like the characters. They were very selfish and self-centered and just very stereotypical teenager, which I just couldn't really relate to. But we're gonna watch the movie together, so maybe I'll like the movie a little bit better. I'm curious to see how they integrate all the storylines, but other than that, like I said, I didn't really like this one. I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars according to my bullet journal, so I wasn't the biggest fan of this. Next, this is one that I picked up from the library as well, and it's Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs? And this is written by a funeral director, and it kind of covers some of the topics that are questions that she gets a lot about kind of death, like what goes on, like the funeral part and all that. So this is one that did win one of the Goodreads awards, so that's why I was curious about it. And it was a short book. It was just a little bit over 200 pages, so it was a quick read. A little bit morbid to read around this time of year, but I don't know, I felt like it was I think the way she tackled some of the subject matter was really interesting. She adds humor to it, but also it's respectful of the dead at the same time. My only complaint was that I felt she could have gone more in depth through some of it. She kind of just like grazed the surface, and I feel like she could have gone into further detail about some of the stuff. But I feel like after reading this, I feel like I want to read Stiff. That's a book my dad read years and years ago, just kind of about the embalming process, like what they do to your body like when you die. Like, that's really morbid, but I feel like those are just questions to have, like a lot of people have. So I don't know, that's a little bit morbid, but I feel like this is a good place to start judging from what I've heard about Stiff. So but other than that, I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And lastly, thank goodness, I finally finished Where the Crawdad Sings by Delia Owens. This has been on my TBR since like September or October, a long time, and I finally picked it up. I finished it before we went back to Toronto, so I was happy with that. But basically this follows this girl who's known as a marsh girl, and she lives out in kind of the marsh area in Florida, and she's kind of known as like the white trash of the kind of town. But during this we kind of chronicle her life from when she's 8 years old, when her parents abandoned her, to kind of ending up in a love triangle with 2 other boys. And while this is all going on, we kind of flash back to kind of later on in her life where this guy has been murdered and she has been accused of that, so it kind of goes into there as well. So the premise of this was really interesting. The first part I did find to be a little bit slow, but I really, once the story kind of picks up, I really enjoyed it. I like how she integrated the kind of murder trial into this, and the ending in here was shocking. I did not see it coming. I thought it was really well done, and the writing in here is very lyrical, which I liked. It's very much a love story between kind of the main character and Mother Nature, and I really liked that part. It was very interesting. I didn't feel like the hype around this made it mean, like, this book didn't blow my mind, but I enjoyed it. I don't understand all the hype around it. People are like, this is like the best book ever. Like, I could see like why some people say that, but for me it was just like okay. Like, I still felt like it was missing something, so I don't understand the like full-on hype and like how this book has been selling out everywhere, but it's still very good. I liked some of the subject matter it talked about, kind of rape culture, kind of the white trash perspective, but yeah, I definitely loved the love story between the main character and Mother Nature. I felt like that was very well done. There's some poetry woven in here, and when I was reading it, I'm like, I don't understand the significance of it, but pay attention, it's important. But overall I would give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a good solid read. Did it blow my mind? No, but I really enjoyed it. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what some of the books you've read this month were and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.